My name is Jack Jordan, running for the 2nd District seat, and I plan on beating Joe Donnelly over and over and over again in November, in case I wasn't clear on that. I think it takes two things to be a great U.S. congressperson in this environment. The vast majority of our Congress is filled with politicians. I think the 2nd District has a great opportunity to shake things up and actually send somebody out there who's a non-politician, who's had extensive real-world experience. And you can go on my website and see that real-world experience. Somebody who doesn't need a lobbyist to explain things to them. Somebody who doesn't desire to be out there more than 2, maybe 3 terms, and then return home to my beloved Bremen. So that's the first thing we need. We need people that actually have real-world experience. The second thing we actually need is this. That's somebody who listens to the people, represents the people, fights for the people, and that's what I want to do when I beat Joe Donnelly for you in November. Thank you.
I'm Brose McVeigh. I grew up down the street in Sheridan. I went to Purdue School of Agriculture. I'm a self-employed businessman and a dad of 3. In the back here is a young man named Harry McVeigh. He's named after my great-grandfather. He's 8. When I look in his eyes and I see what's coming at this country, it makes me want to cry. And the only way we fix health care and budget deficits and spending and all this stuff we've been talking about and mainly agreeing on with all these great people who want to serve you and want to take time away from their lives is that we have to put a new breed in government. We have to put folks who care more about fixing the problems than perpetuating their career. We've made choices up here. I've made a lot of bad ones. Luke backed McCain in 08. I backed Fred Thompson, and they both let us down, okay? But we've made choices. Murph's a great legislator, but he and I disagree on immigration reform. Andy is a very sincere Tea Party activist, but he's never created a job that he's told me about. I'm out there trying to create businesses. Now look, I don't like the me, I, promise stuff. I'm not going to make them, okay? I'm just going to tell you who I am and what I'm about and what I'm going to do. I'm going to go tear apart this fiscal mess. I'm going to throw myself at the Congress and say term limits, term limits, term limits. I'm Brose McVeigh, and I hope you'll consider me come 49 days from now.
My name is Andy Lyons, 5th District U.S. Congressman candidate. www.andylyonsforcongress.com. I'm the most like you sitting in that seat. I'm the one that was outraged. I'm the one that wrote the letter. I'm the one that activated people. I'm born and raised in Marion, and I have been given the privilege to serve as a police officer in the city of Marion. I have now been given the privilege to teach, truly teach the truth to the youth of Madison County. I am not a politician. I am not a lobbyist. They're the problem. If you want true representation from somebody like you, then I'm the person in the 5th District. You should want your representatives not to tell you what they've done or what bills they got passed. Your congressman should be telling you what things have I gotten taken out because they restrict your liberty and freedom and the federal government is overreaching. That's the kind of person you want. You want the person that will stand up and says, I don't care if you like me, I don't care if I offend you. Sorry, I'm not going to lose sleep. And I can't wait to the day that I hand Nancy Pelosi a Constitution and ask her, why aren't you following it, and why are you purposely destroying our country?
In 1961, we elected a president, and he said to us, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I think today we say, ask what your country is going to do for you, because I'm not giving anything back to my country. So we expect, or people expect, that the government is going to give us everything. We don't want it because they don't have the money to do that for us anymore. I don't think I've done a really good job in explaining to you who I really am. This is my very first Tea Party. This is the very first time I've stood in front of any group of people trying to tell you why you should elect me for the congressional seat. I'm a common citizen. I decided to do this because I was so tired of having people stand up and tell me what they were going to do, only to find that they can't do a damn thing. And I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician. And I'm not beholden to anyone. I'm a grandmother. I have 2 grandchildren. I'm getting ready to retire in a few years, and guess what? I don't know whether or not I can retire. And if you can't retire me, there's a job that's still going to be filled that nobody else is going to get. So if you want me to retire, then you've got to assure me that the plans I put in place for my retirement, which meant Medicare and Social Security, are going to be there. Because guess what? Like you, I counted on it for my retirement. I count on it for my retirement. So I have life experiences like everybody else has. I probably have a little longer life experiences than they do because I have grandchildren. I don't have an 8-year-old sitting in the back. I got a 6-year-old granddaughter who walks with a walker. I am a common citizen, and I want to be your voice in Congress. I will listen to you, and your concerns and your needs will be mine. I will be your voice, and it's time that the 5th District had a new voice in Congress. My name is Ann Adcock, and I'm running for the United States House of Representatives for the 5th District, and I ask for your vote on May 4th.
Fellow Hoosiers, my name is Jackie Walorski. I'm running to defeat Joe Donnelly. I'm running to send Nancy Pelosi back to San Francisco where she belongs. And let me tell you something. We are in a battle in this nation. I wish it were as simple as some folks are trying to paint this to be. But the reason I'm leaving this State House seat is to go to Washington, because I honestly believe that this ideological war that we are in, and it is a war, and the other side is very bold, they're well financed, they're very strategic. The strategy is to bring down this nation that our founding fathers took a pledge and said it was the land of the free and the home of the brave, and they're making it into something that we aren't going to recognize. It looks very much like socialism. We have people bleeding and dying in Iraq and Afghanistan. We have wars brewing. My grandparents and great-grandparents, as did yours, fought on the beaches of Normandy, left their blood in those sands. But the battle, ladies and gentlemen, of my generation, I'm 46 years old. I'm married to a public school teacher. I'm the most blue collar of blue collar. Let me tell you something. The battle of our generation is for the heart and soul of this nation. It's for who we are as Americans. It's vowing that we're not going to sit down and roll over and let these ideological, liberal, agenda, egotistical people run us over. I'm asking you to stand with me and take this nation back. It's a call to action. It's a call for power. It's people power. I commend you for being here. My website is standwithjackie.com. The stakes are the highest they've ever been. If we don't send Nancy Pelosi and Joe Donnelly home, I don't think we recover in 2012. 2010, the time is now. Stand, get ready for action, and take this country back.